lots of puddles, a rubber ball, and one happy monkey. The perfect recipe for fun on a rainy day in the country. George had lost his ball, but he had found something he'd never noticed before. A cave. George didn't know much about caves, but he knew one thing about being in the dark. You can't really see anything. How would he find the ball now?
I've got that. Oh, hey, George. You want to help me bake my famous banana walnut cake? Oh.
George invited Jumpy Squirrel to help him find the ball in the cave. That squirrel didn't know what he was missing by being so jumpy. The cave was like a new playground for George. With just a flashlight, he could bring shadows to life. And turn himself into a fearless giant. Suddenly, the cave seemed very different. For the very first time, George was truly afraid of the dark. In the safety of his room, George was happy. He knew he never had to go back to that spooky cave again.
Good night, George. George, is that you? Huh. I guess I forgot to turn off the lights. Did I forget to turn off all of these lights too? Huh. George, why did you turn all the lights on? You're not afraid of the dark. Oh, I see. You're not afraid of the dark, but you're afraid of the monsters in the dark, hmm? Well, now, there's nothing scary in there. Come on, I'll show you. It's okay. All right. Now, show me the monsters. But those aren't monsters. You see? They're the same things in the dark as they are in the light. Your imagination got the best of you, George. But you know what? I have something to make you feel better. Your own personal nightlight. Now you'll never be afraid in the dark. All right, good night, George. Bad news, George. The storm knocked the power out. Hey, don't worry. We won't be in the dark. I have got my trusty Spelunker Scout's flashlight. Wow, that's funny. I always keep it right here. I know how to handle this old storm. It'll be fun, just like camping out. Right, George?
Camping out in the living room would have been fun. If George had been able to fall asleep.
No, still no electricity, George. Yep, that last big storm knocked it out for 4 whole days. But don't worry, I know my flashlight is around here somewhere.
George knew he had to get that flashlight back if he wanted to sleep tonight. But the thought of going back to that cave alone was too scary.
Oh, you want those leftover walnuts? Well, help yourself.
George had led Jumpy to the cave. Now he had to get the squirrel to follow him inside. That was easier than he expected. The man with the yellow hat was right. The only scary things in the dark were in George's imagination.
Sorry. I didn't frighten you, did I, George? Oh, couldn't make it home before the rain, so I came in here. Oh, and I found this. Want it? I've been exploring this cave since I was a boy. Come on, I'll show you around.
That night, the power was restored. But George almost wished it was still out. And so, after a day of spooky shadows and strange shapes and sounds, George found that he never felt so at home as he did right then, in the dark.
George thought the best vegetables in the world came from the market.
I was thinking about making vegetable soup tonight. But that got me thinking about Chef Pischetti's fresh vegetable soup and spinach ravioli. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, George? Minestrone with extra carrots and spinach ravioli for two.
Natty, stop! Don't take that order!
Is something wrong, Chef Pischetti?
Wrong? Oh, yes. I am all out of carrots and spinach. I, Pischetti, have failed you.
Chef, can't you just go get some fresh vegetables?
I don't want to keep them waiting.
Oh, we'd wait all night for your fresh vegetables, Chef. They're the reason we come here.
No. You want to help me get fresh veggies off the roof, Giorgio?
Did he say the roof? Doesn't the grocer make the fresh vegetables at the market?
You see, other veggies grow on farms far away, then they travel to a store where they sit around until you buy them. My veggies grow here, go down to the kitchen, then to your belly on the same day.
George didn't see any carrots here. Veggies come from dirt.
Weeds. Weeds, oh, monsteroso. Oh, weeds are bad, very bad. You see, weeds like this soak up the water and nutrients from the soil that my veggies need to grow. If my veggies can't grow, my food won't be Pischetti fresh. And if it's not, I will close it down. Yes, I will close my restaurant before I let anyone think Pischetti is not the best they ever tasted. I must pull those weeds, but after working hard all day, I'm too tired to get it all done.
George couldn't stop thinking about Chef Pischetti's weed problem.
After working hard all day, was too tired to get his work done. I didn't think you were paying attention. I'll start again. The shoemaker and the elves. Once there was a shoemaker who, after working hard all day, was too tired to get his work done. I am too tired to get it all done, he thought. But if I don't, my customer will have but one shoe and may hop over to another cobbler. He couldn't stay awake. As he slept, an amazing thing happened. Elves did his work for him. When the cobbler awoke, he didn't know how that shoe got finished.
George wondered if a little monkey could be an elf for a chef. First thing the next morning, George did some secret elf weeding. George dug up every nasty green thing he saw. 3 bags full.
Hello, Giorgio. You want to come help me get fresh veggies for today's food?
Now it was time for Elf George to see how happy he'd made the chef.
I'm ruined! It's all gone. The weeds and almost all of my veggies. What am I gonna cook?
Maybe all those nasty green things George pulled weren't weeds. Luckily, they were all right downstairs in the can.
What could do this? Roof gophers? I must replant everything quickly. Vegetables grow from those seeds. These will be carrots. Those are squash and eggplant. I water and fertilize them, and new veggies will grow right here. It takes 3 or 4 months. That's a long time. Until then, I have no fresh veggies to cook with.
So veggies in the store came from a garden, and veggies in a garden came from seeds.
Okay, we're all planted. If only the seeds could magically grow overnight, my problems would be solved.
Maybe Elf George could help. He needed to count how many carrot seeds were planted. And then he had to get the same amount of carrots from his refrigerator. George wondered if the chef would be as happy as a cobbler this time.
Well, I'm going up to water the garden. Nettie, I think we should close the restaurant until the fresh veggies grow.
Oh, no! We can buy some from the store!
But they won't taste biscotti fresh. Oh, look at this! Natty, gnocchi, look! It's a miracle of carrots!
It's impossible, Chef. Carrots can't grow from seeds overnight.
I told you.
But they did, and I need to know how it happened so I can make it happen again. So, could you study my dirt? I'll give you a free pizza.
Okay, I'll run tests. Can I keep the carrot?
Nope, sorry. I'm making soup. Oh, Jojo! Hey, look at the carrots we planted. Already grown, huh? You know, as long as I have my fresh veggies, I won't have to close down.
George felt like he'd made a good elf.
But I wonder why the eggplants and squash did not grow.
Oh, he'd forgotten the eggplants and squash.
Later, I'm going to plant those. If it works again, tomorrow we'll have peas and arugula.
Eggplant? Squash? But where were peas and arugula? How could George be an elf without fresh vegetables?
Hello, Professor Wiseman. Our dirt is just normal dirt. No, I don't know yet if it happened again.
And Nettie, it's happened again. We got eggplant. We got the squash. Come and see.
Squash? Eggplant? I'm coming right over. Don't make soup. Einstein, pizza. Meet me at Pischetti's, Stat.
Are you buying?
We're not eating, we're being scientists.
George, did you, do something which I don't know what it would possibly be with all of our vegetables? You're feeding a vegetarian cobbler?
Did you plant a can of peas?
They're growing in cans now? Nettie, call the TV news!
Oh, boy. Oh, hi, everybody. This would be mine. You see, George, wanted to be your elf.
Oh, you did this, so my garden would grow fast? Oh, Nettie, our garden is not magic.
Ah, but your cooking still is.
Well, you got me there. That's right, I'm great. I'm gonna cook all these veggies up as lunch for everybody. Come on, I'm hungry.
George and Steve were having one of those carefree days when there was nothing to do.
Ah, it's great being out on the street and not chasing after Sharky for once.
I tell you, Nettie, we are going to break the record.
Break the record? What record? Let's see what's going on.
Jeffy, how long is it now?
25, 26. Oh, hello, Giorgio. Hello, Stevie. Oh, we are making the longest strand of cooked spaghetti in the world. Oh, this? Well, it's a tape measure I'm using to measure our spaghetti. I can use this to see that you are 2 feet tall. Oh, I know. That is pretty tall. But this magnificent strand of spaghetti measures 27, 28, 29, 30 feet!
Wow! Wow, Chef Pischetti. With a spaghetti strand that long, you're sure to get in Ginny's world record book.
That's our goal. We'll know this afternoon when Ginny herself comes to see it.
Ginny, the official world record book lady, is coming here?
Yes, and we need to go to Town Hall now to get back before Ginny comes.
We're getting permission to enlarge this place because once we break the record, business will come home.
No!
Stop on the bed.
Come here, Nookie. Come here.
Gnocchi couldn't understand why they had such a huge cat toy, but didn't want a cat to play with it.
Pasta fagioli. It's gonna take hours to untangle this mess.
We don't have hours. We are due down at the Town Hall now.
Sure, George and I can untangle the spaghetti.
Oh, thank you, Stevie. Thank you. We won't be long. No pun intended.
Oh, no, you don't. Don't let Gnocchi anywhere near that spaghetti.
Okay, George. I'll start rapping. You take gnocchi watch.
Gnocchi knew the kitchen windows were usually kept open. But so did George.
Okay, George. Guard this spaghetti strand with your life. I'm gonna hurry home to get my record book collection for Ginny to autograph.
Hello, you have reached Bisgetti's. Please leave a tasty message. Steve, are you there? Pick up. I have an important question to ask.
George wasn't sure if he should pick up the phone.
Pick up the phone!
So George picked up the phone.
Oh, Steve, thank goodness you answered. We need for you to check on something for us, eh? Yeah, please go outside and tell me how tall the building next to our building is.
Gnocchi got in. She felt very clever. For a second. George had never measured anything as big as a building. How was he going to do it? Since he knew he was 2 feet tall, maybe he could use himself as a measuring tool. Okay, that was one George. But how many Georges tall was the building? Let's see. There was 1 George, 2 Georges, 3 Georges, 4 George... George lost count. If only he had something like that measuring tape. Or why not that measuring tape? Finally, Gnocchi was outside. But somehow, there was still a door between her and George.
Hello, hello. Steve, do you have an answer for me? What? Hello, hello.
George knew he had to keep Gnocchi away from that spaghetti strand. He had an idea how to do it. Now George had an accurate way to measure the building. This tape measure could measure anything. This was going great. 10 feet, 15 feet, 20 feet. Uh-oh. The tape measure was only 20 feet long, but the building was more than 20 feet tall. But how much more? Now how was George going to measure the building? If only he had something longer than that tape. Of course, George had a spaghetti strand 30 feet long.
Say, aren't you Ginny, the world record book lady?
You are correct.
Oh, I've been a fan of yours for years.
Well, thank you. I'm here looking for...
I know what you're looking for. Chef Biscotti's is this way. There's Biscotti's restaurant.
And here's Chef Biscotti's strand of spaghetti. I have got to get a picture of this.
George could see that the spaghetti wasn't touching the ground, which meant it was a little bit shorter than the building. How could he measure the difference? When George held the strand at the top of his head, it reached the ground. That meant the building was exactly one spaghetti strand and one George tall.
Oh, yes. Oh, this is going to be spectacular. Love this.
Stevie, why you don't come back in a minute? You're Ginny, the world record book lady.
And you must be Chef Biscotti.
Yes, yes.
And up there on the roof, is that your monkey friend?
Yes, Mug. Giorgio?
Displaying your super long spaghetti strand. Here's the photograph I just took of it.
Wow. Does that set a world record, Jenny?
Oh, I'm afraid not. Here's the picture I took of Alfonso Dimitri displaying his strand of cooked spaghetti from the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
No. Now I'm never gonna get in the world record book.
You most certainly will. You have the second longest strand of cooked spaghetti. 3 stories tall.
Son of the
Wow,
gun,
Chef
eh?
Biscotti.
3 stories
Oh,
tall.
way to go!
Oh, 3 stories. I gotta call Nettie and tell her the building next door is 3 stories tall.
So Gnocchi finally got to play with the spaghetti. And Chef Biscotti broke a second record. World's longest cat toy.
George always liked helping in the Piscetti's green, beautiful garden.
We need more tomatoes, more eggplant, more everything. Nettie, we must expand our garden. I have drawn up a plan. New hoses, fresh topsoil, more plants.
But, Chef, where will we expand to?
The reason George liked their garden so much was that it was right in the middle of the city.
Hey, the reason you need more veggies is that you use so many to experiment.
I must experiment. How else can I perfect my recipe for the perfect giardino burger?
I thought those two were great.
Well, they were, but only great, not perfect.
The firehouse picnic is in 1 hour. Can you get it perfect in 1 hour?
I must, for I am Biscotti. So, what's gonna make this perfect? Onion, garlic, onion. No, garlic. Onion? Okay, let's try it. Squisito. Oh, Giorgio, you have helped me find the perfect mixture. These are my recipes. I write down how I make my food, so I can make it the same way every time.
Happy with the recipe, Chef Piscetti grilled a test burger.
Wait, I left out the pepper. Where is my grinder? Nettie, come here! Tell me what you think of this. Be honest. All of my giardino burger ingredients came from our garden, Giorgio. Taste it, taste it!
See, this is perfect.
You're not just making those yummy sounds to be nice, right?
I'm your wife and he's a monkey. If we are not honest, who is?
So, Chef Pischetti quickly made enough burger patties for the firefighters' picnic.
Please put these on the back of my truck while I get my grill ready.
George put the box on the truck right outside the restaurant. But he didn't know there were 2 trucks out there.
Hi! Hey! Look, there's a monkey waving at me. Monkeys are so friendly.
Oh, Nettie, if everyone does not love those giardino burgers, I will never cook again.
Even if they don't, you have a book full of other great recipes.
I don't care. If anything at all goes wrong, I'm gonna hang up my big white hat forever.
Please relax. They will love them.
George couldn't tell him something went wrong. And maybe he didn't have to. If that book showed the chef how to make the burgers, George could use it too. And make burgers that would be exactly the same. The ingredients came from the garden. Here were pictures of things from the garden, so he had obviously found the right recipe. First, he gathered his ingredients. Then he was ready to mix them. And though he wanted to follow the recipe precisely, he felt a few minor changes couldn't hurt. He tried to make patties, but they didn't stick together like the chef's had. Glue would stick it together, but that wasn't in the recipe. Water. Maybe the hose meant add water. It looked perfect. All he had to do was make enough to fill the box.
Giorgio! Oh, you have them. I was worried when the box wasn't on the truck.
Did you make the meatless burgers? I'm vegetarian, and everything else they're making has meat in it, even the corn.
Of course I made them. They'll be ready soon.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Did you have fun helping the Pischettis today?
The nervous chef cooked what he thought were his giardino burgers.
Yeah. Ooh. I hope you all like them.
I've never had a meatless burger before.
I don't think they're perfect, Nettie. I'm finished. Finito. Never is when I will ever cook ever again. Never.
How could this happen?
I think something happened to those patties. Something monkey-oriented.
Ah, I see. His recipe was perfect. How can I prove it? Ah, everyone, follow me. Here is the chef's perfect recipe. No, that is not the recipe, George. That is chef's plan for expanding our garden. Ah, George, did you make burger patties from this? Okay, we start over. Garbanzo beans, mashed. We don't do that by hand. Tomato, diced.
George helped follow the recipe and even remembered something the chef forgot last time.
What can I be if I'm not a chef? All I know is cooking. Nettie! 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 There are fire trucks outside. Is everything okay?
It's more than okay. It's delicious.
What's going on here?
George is telling you that he made the other burgers, not you.
Oh, Nettie, you can understand Giorgio?
No. What's important is that these were made from your recipe.
Chef Biscotti, this is the best vegetarian burger I've ever had.
Wait a minute, I thought you said you never had one before.
Yeah, so it's the best one I've ever had.
Excuse me, is this yours? Has your picture on it. Ooh, woo, something sure smells good in here.
My giardino burgers. Oh, I'm so happy I may cry.
Whoa, chefs sure are emotional, huh?
Well, anybody want seconds?
Wherever George went, he was always on the lookout for interesting things. But sometimes his friend, the man with the yellow hat, saw them first.
Look, George, a frog. No matter. Keep watching the pond. Ribbit. Ribbit.
Well, I'll be. That's quite a talent there.
I don't know about that.
Well, I do. I'm putting you in the town talent show.
Me? In front of people? No, I couldn't. I get stage fright.
Oh, nonsense. You'll be terrific. How about you? You have any talent?
Hey, George, are you in the show? Great, you can help me. I'm doing the tech stuff. Ropes, ladders, curtains. Sure could use a hand.
Ooh!
Should be a packed house. Yeah.
Rehearsal's just starting. Come on, I'll show you the ropes. These are the ropes. Our job is the most important. Without us, the curtain doesn't go up. In other words, no show. And in a theater, it's the law that the show must go on. This rope goes up through that pulley across to another pulley and down to raise or lower that scenery, which we stagehands call flats. Numbers on the flats match numbers below the ropes. You release the rope lock, then pull the rope. But make sure the counterweights are attached first or else... or else that happens.
First up, we have Sprint, who will be can dancing.
These levers pull wires attached to latches that open trapdoors, so we can drop stuff below the stage. The trapdoor system works this way. See those squares? You count 1, 2, 3 from left to right, and then A, B, C from front to back. Oh, careful. It's okay. That's what rehearsal is for. It's just important not to mess up on show night. Okay, this blue rope opens and closes the curtain. See, it goes up to those pulleys and is attached to the curtain. Don't be afraid, try it. Perfect. Okay, this cue is the hardest one. First, I push this button to fire the confetti cannon. Then you close the curtain. I'll open trap 2B so Mrs. Rankin's props will disappear below stage. While you raise flat 4. And finally, I open the curtain for the last act. Got it?
Last act. Anytime you're ready.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Frog in my throat. A little...
Okay. Good one. I'm sure you'll be fine tomorrow. That's a wrap.
Ribbit. 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 Rabbit.
So that night they practiced. And practiced. And by showtime, they were as ready as could be.
I won't freeze up. I can do this.
Wow. A full house. Just remember, it's our job to see that the show goes on no matter what.
And before they knew it, the show was going on. No matter what act, no matter what stage direction.
Fly flat 3!
The show went on. And on. And neither George nor Bill missed a single cue. But the most difficult cue was still to come.
She's out in all weather, looks stylish in leather, has tons of bovine.
We're doing great. Just that one big cue left, remember?
It's not her sirloin steaks, it's the milk she makes. How I love to hear
1 confetti, 2 curtain, 3 trapdoor, 4 flat, 5 curtain. Got it?
What starts in her udder ends up as fresh butter, or milk or cream or yogurt if you please.
Someone could trip.
Everything she eats turns into lactose treats, from an ice cream sundae to a
Got
taco
it.
with cheese.
George, pull trap 3C. No, 1C. No!
That was odd. Bill was usually so responsible.
Ribbit, you can do this.
1 minute.
Starts in her udder ends up as fresh butter, or milk or cream or yogurt if you please.
Where could he be?
Everything she eats
Nice skunk. Please don't spray me.
Milk and makes her happy. Just see her wag her tail. 1,000 squirts, it never hurts when I fill up my pail.
Okay, just breathe normally.
Whoa! Neptune's knickers. A skunk. Just don't alarm it.
George knew the skunk could spray at any moment and ruin the show. But he also knew the show must go on.
Don't upset the skunk.
He's gonna spray. He's gonna spray.
So George concentrated real hard
So whenever you hear mooing, please stop what you're doing and thank this lovely creature here and now.
and counted 1, A, B, C.
She's a topsy-turnsy, purebred Guernsey, four-legged miracle of nature. Look out!
Oh! Hi. I was gonna do some frog calls for you. Here we go.
Ribbit. Ribbit. Ribbit.
George, you were amazing. Maybe the best stagehand ever.
And that's about it.
Curtain call, everyone. You fellas too.
You know, with all the chaos, I didn't have time to think about being scared, so I wasn't.
I must say, those were some fine frog calls.
Oh, you're just being kind.
Even a little monkey knows when it's the hottest day of summer. It's when birds walk in shadows. Dogs leave their tongues out all day. And men with hats use them as fans.
We've been listening to some cool sounds. You know, Monday was the hottest day in 5 years. Well, today's gonna even be hotter.
Too hot for the park, huh? Sun's so strong today, the air conditioner needs a helping hand.
Another sign of hot weather? Blackouts.
When too many air conditioners run at once, they can cause the power to shut down. I should call the electric company so they know we have no power. Oh, I forgot to put the phone in its battery charger again. Where did I leave it now? The battery's not charged. We're due at the museum. We can call from there. Oh, good thing the power came back on. We almost forgot to turn everything off before we left. George? Huh. Oh, no. Another blackout?
Nope. Watch this. Are we ready, Dr. Levitt?
Ready?
I wanted you to be the first to see.
To see that the lights work?
You just witnessed the first test of the solar panels I installed to power the museum.
We're unveiling them at a party tonight. We're a solar museum.
Wow.
Usually, electricity is made far away and sent in on wires, but now the museum makes its own power.
Solar panels turn the sun's rays into electricity, which is then stored in these batteries.
It's Dr. Levitt's birthday. During the party for the solar panels, I'd like to give her a surprise.
Oh, I could make one of my famous birthday lasagnas.
Precisely what I was thinking.
These batteries are a lot like the ones in toys, flashlights, or cordless phones. And they get all their power from the sun.
George never knew the sun could charge batteries.
I'm gonna be busy with my lasagna, so I can't play now, okay?
A remote-control spaceship is the perfect hot weather toy. Until the batteries run out. George didn't want to bother the man with the yellow hat in mid-lasagna. But he needed batteries. Then he remembered how the museum batteries got power from the sun. So why not let the sun charge up his batteries too? There was something else with batteries that needed charging.
There we go. Oh, Professor Wiseman didn't say what time to bring this. I'd better call her. George, have you seen the phone? It's outside. It should be on its charger. Oh no, battery's still dead. You wanted the sun to charge it? Well, that's not how solar power works, George. But the sun can make things hot, especially when it reflects off something shiny. Since the phone won't work, can you take a note to Professor Wiseman for me?
Back again, George? In this heat? Ah, tell him to get his lasagna over here at 5. Here, I'll write it down. Oh, those are solar panels. They convert the sun's rays to electric power, remember?
George forgot about solar panels. That's why the phone didn't charge.
Right! Batteries store the energy the solar panels create, so we have it when we want it, even at night. Hey, want to ride home in a solar car?
I didn't even hear that car drive up.
That's because solar-powered engines are quiet.
Bye.
Thanks, George. 5 o'clock. If I put it in the oven right now, it'll be ready in plenty of time. Hey, while it cooks, we have time to play. Another blackout. George, the oven's electric. My lasagna won't cook. I'd better warn Professor Wiseman we may be late. Or worse, lasagna-less. Where did I leave it now? There's no way on earth to cook without power. George, that reflected sun is hot. That reflected sun is hot! George, you may be a genius! A pizza box keeps pizza warm, so it'll hold the heat. A hole to let the sun in. Glue on some plastic wrap to keep the heat from getting out again. And shiny aluminum foil to direct the sun's heat into the box. Fantastic! Angle it so the sun hits the lasagna. If the power comes back on, we can put it in the oven. But if it doesn't, I think it'll cook.
Hours later, guests arrived at the museum, which was the only building in the whole city with electricity.
How do you have lights and air conditioning? The whole city is without electricity.
Ah, the museum is now solar-powered. Blackouts can't affect us.
I'm sorry. Our power has been out all afternoon. I couldn't make dessert.
I know. Poor Dr. Levitt won't have her favorite birthday things. Excuse me, Chef. Monkey finger. It's hot. It's cooked.
We made a solar cooker. thank George and the sun.
Oh, thank you. Nothing could make this birthday more special than a solar lasagna.
That was nice of you to teach him to drive the solar car.
I thought you taught him.
George! 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 Come back with that expensive piece of car!